Hello everyone, welcome to Data Chronicles. Let's solve a couple of interview questions for data analyst and data scientist position. So let's get started. The question is homework results. Given the homework results of a group of students, calculate the average grade and the completion rate of each student. A homework is considered not completed if no grade has been assigned. Output the first name of a student, their average grade, and the completion rate in percentages. Note that it is possible for several students to have the same first name, but the result should be shown separately. Okay, so there are two tables, all state homework and students, and the join will be with ID, student ID, and if the grade is missing, that means um, it's not completed. Okay. And so the expected output is first name, their average grade, and completion rate. Okay, so select um, the column name is student first name, student first name, average of grade as average grade, and so the completion rate in percentage would be for a given student, how many, for example, student id 1, for how many homework he has a grade, and like upon total number of homework assigned to that particular student id. So some case when grade is not null, then 1, else 0, end upon count star as completion percentage, and it has to be multiplied with the 1.0 so that you get the decimal points as well. And to convert it into percentage, I'm going to multiply this with 100. And how many brackets are there? One, two. So I'll just put one over here as well to make the numerator as floating point. From all state homework AH join all state students, on AH dot student ID is equal to AS dot student ID group by group by actually it should be grouped by student. Mm, let's see if it works. So I'm not having student ID over here. So it should still work. Let me see. Did I miss anything? Let's try. No. Oh, so what happens is as is a keyword, so maybe that's why. Yeah. What happened? Joanne. Okay. So that's what I was thinking. So maybe I'll bring student ID and then group by one. And then what I can do is I can just pull the first, like the required column, select student first name, comma, Average grade, completion percentage from let's say T. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, so what happened is that because the first name could be same for two students, initially they were grouped by first name, so that's why the metrics were incorrect. Let's go to the second question. MacBook Pro events. Find how many events happened on MacBook Pro per company in Argentina from users that do not speak Spanish. Output the company ID, language of users, and the number of events uh, performed by users. Okay, so there are two tables: user ID, and from here we'll get the device type and the language is present in this table: playbook users, user ID, and then the language. Okay, and the expected output is company ID, um, and the language of users and the number of events. Okay. Mm, number of events would be what? Event type. Okay, this is the company ID. Okay, so the first thing is let me go ahead and create a filter for this one because we do not want any user with user ID who can speak Spanish. So what I can do is with PU as select star from playbook users where language. No. Okay, no. What happens is a user ID can have like multiple language associated with it. So I have to exclude that user completely. Okay, so what I can do, it's actually pretty simple. It's just company ID and then language of users and the number of events. Okay, let me just go ahead and start writing select company ID. Yeah, that's a column. And for count of language of users and the number of events. So count of language, SCNT language, and count star would be the event count. Yeah, from playbook events p join. I can actually create a table where yeah, user ID is not okay. What I can do is select star from playbook users PU where user ID not in select user ID from playbook users users were language like Spanish. Spanish. Okay. I can call this table as T, and then I'll create a join PE dot user ID is equal to T dot user ID, and the filter has to be on the device type. Yeah, okay, and device is equal to, I'll just copy this. Okay, this looks good. So select company ID, count of language, and should I use distinct? Maybe. Mm, yeah, I can use a distinct as well. Let's try it. Oh no, no, there is no group by. Group by. It's still not correct. What is happening? Oh, I think there was a filter for the company name as well. Is it? No, for a company. So the filter I missed was the country has to be Argentina. The location. Yeah, the location has to be. Okay, so I'll just add one more filter. Location is equal to Argentina, and the thing is, I need not put the aggregation on this because they want the number of events per company per language. So I'll just add one more column for aggregation. So I think this should work. Let's try it out. Language. Where did I? Oh, yeah. So this one works. Let's go to the next one. Signups by billing cycle. Write a query that returns a table containing the number of signups for each weekday and for each write a query that returns a table containing the number of signups for each weekday and for each billing cycle frequency. The day of the week um, standard we expect is from Sunday as 0 to Saturday as 6. Output the week number 1, 2, 3 as rows in your table and the billing cycle frequency as columns. If there are nulls in the output, replace them with 0. Okay, so we have tables like sign up. Uh, so we'll be using just a second. So we have this table signups. So we'll be using the date, like to get the week sign up for each weekday. So sign up started. We'll be using this column, and the kind of plan billing cycle we'll be retrieving it from this particular column. So first, let's deal with this thing. Like we need to get the day of the week. Okay, so there is a table. Select, yeah. Select sign up start date from the signups, and there's a function called week d- day, I think it's day name, sign up, start date, um, as whatever. So let me run the code. Okay, and we need to get it in number as well. So that is day of week, I guess. Yeah, sign up, start date. Okay, let's run this again. But we want Sunday as, let me see, where is Sunday? Where is Sunday? Sunday as zeros, so Monday would be 1. So what we can do is, um, I'll just use one more function, plus 1, and then I'll use the modulus function, 7. So basically what this will do is, suppose Sunday is Sunday is 0, no, Sunday is 1, no, no. What happens is, right now Sunday should be 1. What I want is Sunday has to be, we expect is from Sunday as 0 to Saturday as 6. So 1 plus, no, 1 second. So instead of plus, I'll be using -1. Then Sunday would be considered as 0, like 1 minus 1 divided by 7, that would be 0. So this would be my column. The day of the week. Yeah. Output the weekday number as rows in your table and the billing cycle frequency. Now we have what we need. 1 second. From as weekday number. Yeah. So now when you run this code, so Saturday is like 6th date, and if we use Monday would be 1, and then Sunday would be 0. So now we can remove these columns. Yeah, and now we just need to get the count of plans with respect to their billing cycle. So some case when billing cycle is equal to, I think there are 3: monthly, quarterly, and annually. Then 1 else 0 and as monthly count. I can do the same for quarterly and annual. Okay, now let's go to the joining part. Signups S, join plans P on S dot plan ID is equal to P dot ID. And do we have anything else? If there are nulls in the output, replace them with 0. So maybe I can do coalesce function, 0. Yeah. Okay, and here So I think this should work. Let me just run it. Okay, you have an error. Oh, I have to do this group by one. Check the manual that correspond to you as quarterly. Oh, no. I can't have this inside. Yeah. Similarly, I can't have these as well inside. And okay, yeah. Let me just order it by one, right? That will be correct. Yeah, so the solution works. If you like these kind of videos, do consider subscribing. Thank you.